The views expressed in the following program do not necessarily represent the views of this station or its management.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
This is Robin from Real People, Real Life, from right here in Wichita, Kansas, America. And we want to wish you a Happy New Year. So we're taking a little bit of a break again this week. We're going to be back in the new year, okay? But I just want to let you know that we've got together with some of our special spotlight on local businesses, and that's what we're going to bring to you tonight. Enjoy the show. Happy New Year, and we'll see you soon. Welcome back, Real People, Real Life, and we do get giggles going. The conversations in between the commercial breaks are always interesting. It's never a dull moment. But once again, we're delighted. Anytime we have guests that come forward and help educate us on things,
it's wonderful.
We just love you. We love you. So right now we have Travis with LED Source.
That's right.
Travis, tell me, what's up?
Well, I represent a company called LED Source. We are a local company in Wichita, Kansas. I'm the owner, and we're in the LED lighting business. So basically, if you want to save money on your electric bill, I know we were talking about the smart meters earlier and money on your electric bills and that sort of thing. This is one way you can do that. So this is going to improve the efficiency of your home or business. Our big focus is on businesses, but obviously these are beneficial for home use as well. So we're talking about the meters and how fast they spin. My goal is to make that meter spin slower.
I like you.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So now, go ahead.
What as far as let's take this apart for a little bit. Home use. What are we talking about?
Are those spiral ones?
No. Actually, the spiral ones I'm going to say are not good. So the spiral ones you're talking about are called compact fluorescents. They're CFLs.
Extremely expensive CFLs.
Right. So the big downfall of those is they have mercury inside of them. Right.
Yep.
So
a lot of mercury.
Any
We just had
fluorescent,
a huge talk about mercury last week.
any fluorescent tube or CFL that you're talking about, anything that's a fluorescent technology has mercury inside of it, including anything you see up above you or wherever it is. Now, as long as it stays inside that tube,
We're okay.
We're cool.
no big deal. But when it breaks, and obviously, we've all done it. We used to all throw them in the dumpster and smack them and see the big explosion or whatever it is, and that was all great fun until we realized that it has mercury in it.
Right.
So no, these are not those.
Right on.
There's really kind of three different main technologies of lighting. Okay, so the original Edison lamp that we always talk about, that's what Thomas Edison invented, or whoever you want to say invented that technology. Basically, it uses electricity to pass through a wire, and it heats it up really, really hot, and we're getting light as a byproduct of the heat. That's why traditional lighting is very, very hot. Obviously, you don't want to touch it and burn your fingers or whatever. So that's kind of where the world started with lighting. Well, if you don't count candles and fire and cavemen and that kind of stuff. So artificial light. The next iteration is fluorescent, and that basically uses a gas inside of a container, like a tube or a spiral or whatever. Electricity is passed into that gas, and it doesn't ignite it. It's not burning inside of there, but the excitement of the electrons fluoresces and produces light. That's the short version of it. And LED technology actually goes one step further and converts electricity directly into light. So there's less wasted energy in terms of trying to excite a gas or trying to heat up a wire. You don't have that byproduct of heat like you do with traditional lighting.
Okay.
So it's more efficient in converting electricity to light directly, but because you also don't have that byproduct of heat, we can actually save some efficiency.
Energy.
We can save some energies there as well. It doesn't heat up a room. Like if you're talking about an interior space, we can actually lower
Climate
the heat.
control.
No,
That's right.
Travis, this is a 730 lumen 13 watt LED.
That's right.
Is that equivalent to a PAR 30 75 watt?
Yeah, that's basically a BR30 replacement. So traditionally you see like your recessed cans, you see that nice BR lamp that's up there, nice smooth look and diffused light. That's what that replaces. So yeah, it's going to replace approximately a 65 watt lamp. That's kind of your most popular.
But it's using 13 watts of energy as opposed to 65.
As opposed to 65.
With basically the same light output.
Right. Yes.
You just basically made it possible for me to put 7 of these in my home, or 6. as opposed to that one.
Right. Yeah, it's basically going to use as much power for all 6 of those as you had on one of them before.
Is
That's
it
right.
like these spiral horrible things that they barely have
doesn't
any
like
light?
those.
Like, I'm serious. I have to go ahead and turn my
no.
flashlight on my phone so I can see, even though
Right.
the lights are all on.
No.
Yes, that is definitely not what you get with LEDs. So LEDs provide instant light the moment you flip the switch. So your fluorescents that you're talking about have a warm up period. Now we didn't show it on camera because it's going to be a little tough to see it. But yes, I mean if you turn an LED on, you get that full brightness right from the beginning.
Right from the
You don't have to wait, and you don't have to mess up your makeup while you're trying to make sure you can
Okay,
see.
so it's
So.
important.
I know, right?
We want to make sure you nice and bright in there. So.
And what different sizes do you get? I mean, you got 65, you got 100 watt, I mean, equivalent.
Yeah, so the LED industry is really working towards producing all of the common stuff that you see. So I've kind of thrown a few different things on the table
Yeah.
that you can look at. Joey,
what's
what you've
this?
got? Okay, so this one right here is a par lamp. So normally you would see this either in a recessed can, like in a downlight.
Okay.
Businesses use this kind of a lamp a lot of times if they're trying to flood product on the wall. You might see track
Yeah.
heads or something like
Right,
that. You'll also see a light similar to this, like on your security lights outside. So if you've got those motion sensors or something like that, that's going to blast that light out there. So typically pretty bright. I don't remember what this one is exactly. I'd have to look at the numbers to figure it out. But it's an extremely bright. Would replace like a 50-watt halogen or even.
Oh, so that's like a
75 watt
spotlight.
halogen.
Like,
A spot
sucker's
or
that
full.
looks
Right.
expensive.
Okay.
How often do those burn out?
This bulb is, first of all, probably going to come with a 5-year warranty. Now, different
5 years?
That's right. Different manufacturers have different warranties, but this bulb is basically going to be guaranteed to not go out for 5 years. So you can put this up there and know that it's going to last at least that long. Now, the reality is it's rated for probably 50,000 hours. So let's put this into perspective. Let's say you've got this on a security light at night, right? It only comes on at night. Maybe it comes on every night and it runs all night long. 50,000 hours into 12 hours a night is basically a little over 10 years. So you're going to get probably 10 years of life out of a lamp,
my
something like
gosh.
this.
Just
Now-
remember to date it when you put it in.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
make
we
sure.
obviously in our system we always keep track of when you purchase stuff, and if you ever have in our case, if you ever have a warranty issue with us, you give me a call, I'll get you a new one, and we'll go take this back to the manufacturer and have them
Replace
get
it
it taken
to
care of.
you, yeah.
I have
Okay.
I have a
Very
question too.
interesting.
If somebody, if a homeowner or a business said, "Hey, I need your expert advice," do you go out and go through a person's home and by request, obviously, or their business and say, "Here's some recommendations that we suggest, and here's how it can help you. Here's some costs. Here's where it can save." Do you offer that service?
We do. In fact, that's what I would very strongly recommend you do, because honestly, there's a lot of people out there that realize that LEDs can save them money, but they may not know how much. You may even get some expert advice that says, "Hey, you should go use LEDs because you'll save money," but they have no idea how much.
Right.
I can actually come in and take a look at your business or your home and help you understand exactly how much in real dollars. And
Right.
we're not talking funny math or fuzzy math.
Yeah.
I mean, you're billed by the kilowatt hour by Westar or whoever your electric company is, and we can actually determine this is what your original wattage was. Now we're saving you this much wattage.
Really?
If we know how
That's what
much
we
time
need.
it's operating, that's the key factors. You got to know how much time. It's math. I can show you on a fairly simple piece of paper.
Interesting.
How
See,
to
now I
calculate
like
for
this.
yourself.
Yeah,
I really,
straight up.
really like
Accountability.
this. This is where, that technology, okay, is actually going to help.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And I absolutely love that, because a lot of times, like I said, technology can be a lovely thing, and sometimes it can also be.
Well, and I realize it's
lovely.
scary because it is new technology and it's difficult to understand, and frankly, there's a lot of products that first came out that were not good.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, we've all kind of seen the issue with the compact fluorescents, and when it was brand new, it was like, well, yeah, they don't last as long
hated
as they
them from
should,
the
and
beginning.
I
they don't produce the light like they should, and
They're
so
expensive.
people are nervous, and frankly, I don't blame them, because we've had a lot of junk come out on the market that we don't understand. I always recommend going with a very quality manufacturer. It's just like anything else, you're going to get what you pay for.
Right.
Right.
If you go and find something really cheap, there's a probably good chance it's not going to last as long as it's supposed to. Hasn't undergone the testing that it's supposed to by the manufacturers and that
Kind of
sort
like
of
an
thing.
Opel versus a Corvette.
Absolutely.
These all.
Or a Pinto.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah, the Pintos. Remember the Pintos? Yeah, you
Remember
run
the
into a rear end when
Gremlins?
they blow up.
That's right.
I saw a
These all
gremlin the
go
other
into
day.
existing
Yes.
facilities.
Yeah, the ones that I've thrown on the table use a standard base, so they screw right into a standard
Yeah.
socket. There's no.
So you don't have to change any of that out. You just change the bulb,
just
and
change the
that
light
does
bulb.
it. You were kidding me.
No, I wouldn't
Yeah,
kid
so-
you.
How much
can have
is
it.
that bad boy?
I don't know how much that one is offhand. The reality is we have a lot of different products. I always tell people we need to talk, first understand what your requirements are, what you have, what you're trying to do with it, and then let me help you find the right product. Because again, that's kind of part of our service. I don't want to just sell you a light bulb.
Right,
I'm
right.
not a light bulb salesman. I provide solutions for you.
And
So
that's what I
wanna
want to
make sure
hear.
you know.
I have a
Solutions.
client here in Wichita, and the other day I stopped in to see him, and I said, "Holy moly, I'm counting 5 of these light bulbs that you have out, And I mean, it's a huge building, right? And just to get up there, but they're fancy and everything. And he was like, God, man, 5 of them suckers, And it was going to be a lot of money, just to replace 5 of them, and then there's probably at least 40 of them in there. And I know for a fact that he has not gone with this technology, okay, because these are the same bulbs that he was been working with now for probably, I want to say 8 years or so.
He's probably looking at a mercury vapor or something along that line.
Yeah, so I
Which
think
takes
that
a lot of energy to push.
Exactly. So I think that he would be another one of those, that would be like, I need your help. And that's what I think is really cool, is that you can go to a person's home and or place of business. What do you charge to come out? Walk me through what would happen if I were to call you.
Yeah, let's see
and
this
say, I want to
experience.
save some money. Walk me through it quickly.
It depends on the size of the facility. I mean, obviously, if you need me to walk through a multi-story facility, it's going to take some of my time, so there probably would be a charge for that. The initial consultation, for me to just come out and have a conversation with you, there's no charge for that. I can come out, we can talk through it, understand what you need to do, and then we can go from there to see exactly what we want to do. We may get into a situation where you need to kind of design a solution. I'll give you an example right now. We're working with a church who has a very large sanctuary, and they have old, outdated lighting. So we wanted to help them provide new lighting. It needs to be more energy efficient, but they need better lighting also. It needs to be brighter, because if you're sitting in a pew and you're trying to
Okay.
read your hymnal
Fine.
or whatever it is, you can't see it.
Right.
So we wanted to increase their light levels, but we also wanted to provide a nice experience for everybody that's in the church.
Right.
So we actually said, rather than replace them one for one, instead of unscrewing something and screwing something else in, we said, get rid of everything. Let's take the whole thing out and let's use this solution instead.
Right.
Now, again, because there's some design time involved in that, there's a cost to that.
Right.
But because we're using professional engineers and that sort of thing. But the reality is, like I said, when it's all said and done, they'll end up with a much better solution. It'll save energy in the process. It'll be a guaranteed solution to last for a certain amount of time. And when it's all said and done, it will be a really, really nice facility.
Wow. All right. Tell us, if you could real quick, Travis, how can we find you here?
Okay, so I'm local, first of all, so you can call us at the office. My number is 316-260-LEDS.
Perfect.
LEDs.
Yeah.
The best bet, though, is to get on our website, which is ledsourcewichita.com. We also have a Facebook page, which is facebook.com ledsourcewichita. So that's probably your best bet. Get on there and shoot us an email. Give us a call locally. I'll give you my contact information so you can give us a call.
Right
So
on.
Well, hit up
the
on
thing to keep in
Facebook
mind
page.
is, we have products for probably almost any kind of solution you can think of. We only talked about a few on the table, but even like those tubes, you
Tanning
can
beds.
you can smack that sucker on the table and I can still plug it into the light. It won't
That's
explode.
a direct replacement for an F-32
You can smack it and it won't break.
I don't even want to.
I can break that.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
Joey, there's mercury in
Joey.
it.
Lots
No,
of
there's
no,
not.
no, that one, right?
It's an LED. There is no
mercury.
mercury.
No,
That's right.
mercury
I don't
in
understand
it.
the technology.
That was close.
I got it.
That was
I got it.
close.
It's a good thing. Well, we've got a very
Shower,
technical
hot tub.
show today, right?
Wow,
And
yeah.
I just want to go back to my rant, originally speaking. Yes, I do know that there is a CPA that works for the city of Wichita. I'm just saying I would like a new one. Okay. Are we done now, kids? Boop, boom.
I don't know.
I want a tanning.
rock
I
the
want one of those
boat.
tanning bed
I
things
think-
in my shower. Have you seen that where you can tan while taking a shower?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Okay. That'll be
I
a
think that's
business
up
of the
your
week to
alley.
come. That's a
Rock the
business of
Boat
the week to come.
ICT. Be sure to catch
Yep,
it Saturday
Rock the
at
Boat
Adams Park.
ICT.
That's right.
Okay, you got
Rock
it.
the Boat.
Thanks for coming.
LED Solutions. Thank you.
Thank you.
LED source.
Source.
Check us out
Well,
next week.
he's got solutions, though, so perfect. All right, real people, real life.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Real People, Real Life, going on location. Thanks to Mid-America Power Sports. And Go Pro 4, now at Mid-America Power Sports, 333 Northwest Street, Wichita, Kansas, America.
Sal's Japanese Steakhouse, 6829 East Kellogg Drive. A Wichita tradition for awesome dining and always a great time. Enjoy our Monday to Thursday specials, including half-price chicken and shrimp dinners. Sal's is open 7 days a week. Come in, relax, and let us give you the treat of fine dining and good fun in a beautiful atmosphere. From our family to yours, Sal's Japanese Steakhouse, 6829 East Kellogg, Wichita, Kansas.
At Trailer Town, we're all about selection, service, and safety. Trailer Town Selection, hundreds to choose from, small to large, lightweight aluminum to heavy-duty steel, all types, new and used. Trailer Town Service, the best in the Midwest, from wiring to axle repair. Trailer Town Safety. Yes, we do Department of Transportation inspections. Trailer Town. Trusted, family owned. 301 West 53rd Street North. Knapp Weaponry is the home of Wichita's newest indoor temperature-controlled shooting range. Mention this ad for 2-for-1 pricing weekdays from noon to 4. Knapp Weaponry is an NRA Business Alliance member that offers NRA and state-certified instruction classes, training, and women's unarmed self-defense classes. We buy and sell new and used guns and offer gunsmith services. Knapp Weaponry offers a free range session with the purchase of a new gun. We also offer transfer services and an array of ammo. Knapp Weaponry, the West Side's best-kept secret.
Welcome back, Real People, Real Life, with our spotlight on local business, and we are honored to have Dr. Albers.
Thank you. Great show today.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. You're with the Wichita Pain Center.
That's correct.
Okay, I have a couple questions. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
I am really excited about this. So first of all, I understand that you've been practicing now for over 26 years. You are a board certified chiropractic internist.
That's correct.
And I'm just loving that part, by the way.
Yeah.
Who practices functional medicine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, let me ask you, as far as describe quickly, if you could, a chiropractic internalist.
What is
and
that?
what is the function of medicine?
Internist. It's like internal medicine on the medical side. We kind of all know what that's all about.
Yeah.
Well, this is similar to that, and it includes functional medicine, where we're looking at the function or the dysfunction of different organ systems that create whatever symptoms you may be having, like pain issues, even weight issues. But it doesn't matter what the symptom is. It comes from some organ system dysfunctioning inside the body. That's what we're looking at.
You were talking about earlier, and if you could kind of give us some examples: weight loss, pain, high blood pressure. But you had mentioned blood tests and the results from some of that lab work. That a lot of times when people go to their regular MD for their annual blood work or checkups, that some of this just gets missed. It's not part of the routine.
It's very common. Almost every patient or every person that I talk to about some kind of health issue, they're complaining of some type of symptom, yet the blood work that they have shows nothing. Right. And the reason that is, in part, is the fact that anytime anybody gets their blood drawn, all those numbers go into a national pool. So that the results from that blood test are thrown into a national pool, which then becomes the average. So who usually has their blood drawn? Sick people. Sick people.
Right.
So you're compared to all the other sick people out there versus...
I never thought of it that way, and it was really kind of alarming to me because I thought I was super healthy, but I'm not super healthy. I'm healthier than the sick.
Well, you may feel healthy, right? You may not have any symptoms.
Above average. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. but that's what the guy says the day before has his heart attack.
Right.
How's my heart?
I feel fine.
Right?
Right.
So if we compared your lab work numbers to somebody who's healthy at your age and sex, we would find all kinds of problems probably.
Oh,
mild
yay.
dysfunctions. Mild dysfunctions at that, but still things start somewhere, right?
Right.
So if we can catch them early, then here's our cancer,
Better
right?
to prevent, right?
So where's that all start from? Did you just get that yesterday?
Right.
The day before you were diagnosed? No, you've been working on that for a while.
Right. So let me ask you something, because I have been through a lot of blood work. And I remember at one point it was like $125 for my visit because, I'm one of those that I don't have health insurance. So $125 to go see the doctor, $450 later for
all the tests.
No, that wasn't even very many tests. I think that was maybe 2.
Right.
And then the guy is taking the blood and it's dripping all over the floor, and I'm like, that's like gold. Okay. Do you take insurance? I mean, that's how I felt. I was like, dude, hey, get down there and lick that up. No, not really. But I thought about saying that.
It's not virgin blood. I'm not touching it. No.
No kidding. So do you accept insurance? Or
it's very hard to run this through insurance a lot of times because we're doing tests that your medical doctor may not do because it's not covered by insurance.
So even if you do have insurance, it's not necessarily applicable.
Right, it's harder to run all this through because it's the politics of the insurance company. Your health care is dictated by your insurance company.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I have my PNC and my H&O and insurance, so I can
don't
tell you
have
that's
insurance,
the
so I don't have to worry about it. Well, we're going to have everybody.
Anyway, go on.
Don't be teasing now. Don't be teasing.
So we can actually find out more from the way we run the test because we're actually doing more tests than a typical medical doctor would.
What's a consultation fee run?
Anywhere from 180 to 250.
Okay.
And so that includes about an hour and a half of my time. And so that's when we usually learn more about the patient, is that history session, which the typical, the average office visit for most medical doctors is 7 minutes. How are you going to find the problem, fix anything?
True story, though.
In 7 minutes?
It's more like about 4 to 5. I mean, because I was just there the other day, and it was like, okay, I got weighed, and at the same time I'm getting weighed, I get the thing stuck in my ear, and then I get shot to the next room, and they push me in there, and blah, 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 pressure.
It is a little assembly line.
And then it's like, okay, how you doing? Well, I'm alive. Oh, alrighty then. Okay, here's your prescriptions, and we'll see you in 3 months.
So let's go back to that. When you found out whatever that was that you had, why did you have that? I don't care whether it's high blood pressure or diabetes or
right. There's got to be an underlying issue.
Pain in the neck. I don't care what it is. They never tell you the cause.
I know. No. This was so that I could get my blood pressure, thyroid, and all my heart pills and all this stuff. Yeah. So
So you never had an answer to the question as to why do I have high blood pressure?
I just know that it's in the entire family.
I'm not going to accept that.
Well, thank you. That's what I want to know.
Genetically, they also have the exact same underlying issue and never treated
it. Exactly. So if you eat the same food, drink the same water, breathe the same air, have the same lifestyle,
you're going to have the same issues.
Thank you.
Never drink the water.
Never drink the water.
Never
Don't
drink
take
the water
chips.
because
That's what I heard.
Fish poop in it.
Yeah.
Fish poop in it. Never drink the water.
So,
I didn't know that.
Let's take your high blood pressure,
I found
for
out why the
example.
ocean's salty.
60% of the people, 62% of the people who have high blood pressure is directly related to their adrenal glands. When's the last time you had your adrenal glands checked?
Never.
Never.
Can we all spit in something and send it with you
Yes.
and you call us later? We'd all like some adrenal gland testing, please, fine sir. Real quick before I forget, you guys, if you haven't gone to the Wichita Pain Center page on Facebook, go like it. It puts you into a drawing to win. What do you have on the drawing to win?
A number of things. I think we've got the LipoLite up there, which is a body contouring
no exercise
device.
weight loss.
I have heard about that one. But so what you do is more than just going to a regular chiropractor where it's crack this, crack that, whatever. You go way above and beyond.
Well, it's like we were talking earlier. Most chronic pain issues are related to some internal organ system failing over a period of time, which then refer or allow that muscle to pull the vertebra back out of place again. So we can adjust it, but then why does it keep coming back out? If I have to adjust somebody more than 3 to 5 times, I'm barking up the wrong tree most generally.
It's a Band-Aid.
Which Joe and I like that. Thank you.
Yes, and you're right. It's the chiropractic pill versus the medical pill.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, there's times when we need to adjust somebody. You've had a slip and fall, that kind of thing. But if it's chronic, if we have to have a chronic manipulation, just like taking the chronic pill, did we really find out the cause of that? At least on the chiropractic side, it's not something toxic that we're doing when we give somebody manipulation.
True story.
But again, are we barking up the wrong tree long term? Do we have, for example, people have gallbladder issues. That refers back to the upper back here. Doc, can you just adjust my back? After the 10th time, maybe you ought to check your gallbladder.
Right.
And start asking some more questions, right?
Is there a list of ailments that are related to organs that people can go and look so they can just maybe know what's wrong with them and come
Sure.
see you?
Every organ system is tied to a level in the spine.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Just like you were saying, if you have a heart attack, you get pain in your arm and your neck.
Sure.
But that's not where your heart is.
Right.
But if you fix the heart problem, you don't have that pain. So it would be that way with any organ. Right. Just what does it affect?
You don't really look at your patients as an annuity program then.
I'm sorry?
As an annuity. You don't look at patients as annuities.
Right.
Totally different philosophy.
I never have to worry about a heart problem. I had mine removed years ago.
Now we know.
I know some city workers that attest to that.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah, some of those city folks who you're making totally miserable out there. Okay, tell me, as a first-time person coming in to see you, and let's say that they do have the thyroid issues and the blood pressure issues
and the adrenal gland issues,
and walk me through what would be it's about an hour and a half.
What's the sequence of events?
Let's back up a little bit and say that it's going to cost you a little bit more in the beginning,
right,
to find out all these things, but you're spending a lot on deductibles and copays and things that aren't working, so you're pretty much wasting your money. So we're spending a lot more time and effort and money in the beginning. Once we know, then we know, right?
Right.
We have something to work on.
We
have to find out what's broke first. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question? Did I find something in Groupon from you?
God,
yeah, probably the LipoLite.
Okay, so if you guys want to get in there and save some money, go to Groupon.
Sure.
If you can't win that basket drawing from liking his page.
I'm going for the basket drawing.
Right, but
I'm
backup
going for
plan,
more information
group
here,
one.
guys.
Okay, so let's go on.
Sorry.
Oh, I was thinking
Get back
basket.
with me if you could just for a minute. So walk me through a new patient coming in.
You'll fill out a quite extensive questionnaire that will allow me to narrow down my questioning as to where do I need to go, what direction do I need to narrow this funnel on as far as lab work. So your lab work is tailored to you.
Right.
So typically in the medical world, I say this kind of off the cuff here, but there's two types of tests in the medical world: a small panel and a big panel. If you're real sick, we'll do the big one. If you're not so sick, we'll do the small one.
Right.
You don't go
Right.
with those guidelines.
It's
Good.
tailored to you, right? And so I'm going to sift through this questionnaire and do a very thorough history to determine what kind of lab tests I want to run to find out what's broke. Right?
How much are these lab tests? I mean, on the blood work, what's a typical charge?
On the blood work, we're typically looking at probably $150 to $400.
Depending on how many tests, or is that per test, or
Because it's individualized.
Yeah, because everybody's a little different. Now, we also do the saliva testing for the adrenal glands, right? Again, that's a test that was developed by the medical community, but nobody has that done. And that's what's your adrenal
It's
glands
really
do.
rare, from what I hear, to have it done.
Right. Nobody has that done, and that's you're a stress gland. Are we stressed in the United States? Or?
No, not at all. This is stress free.
Yeah.
Stress free USA, America.
Stress like
Just kidding.
crazy.
Yeah, remember that Cordstem commercial on TV that said that if you're under a lot of stress, you're going to produce more cortisol, which is going to produce more
Belly fat.
belly fat, right?
I do remember that commercial.
Does most of the United States have belly fat?
Well, yes, we do.
So then, have they all had their adrenal
Joseph.
glands checked?
Just kidding.
No.
Are you under stress?
I
I'm gonna need you to spit in this.
I'm
No,
under
just
the
kidding.
beer keg plan.
He said keg again.
Oh Lord.
So anyway, we don't find out what's going on with adrenal glands, and so we're constantly trying to find a new process to lose weight by diet and exercise. Why don't we look at the organ systems that are failing, including the thyroid, right?
Right. Exactly.
So here we're talking about breast cancer awareness, right?
Right.
Right. Great month to be talking about that, and you guys have both experienced that. So let's talk about the immune system. The most common thyroid condition in the United States is called Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and nobody knows about that.
Yep. Oh,
Have you ever heard that?
I fought against fluoride. I know all about this.
Okay, so
Yes.
that's a rarity.
He does.
Well, we both
Yeah.
fought against Floyd. That's why we both know about that one. Yeah.
He's my.
But what is Hashimoto's thyroiditis? It's the immune system, which is where according to the yogurt commercials, where's your immune system?
In
at?
your stomach.
In your stomach. It's your immune system attacking your thyroid gland. In other words, your GI system attacking your thyroid gland, creating all kinds of thyroid issues.
Right. Exactly. Well, okay. You're located at
350 North Rock Road.
Okay, Suite A. People can find you on Facebook, and again, it's the WichitaPainCenter.com.
Yes.
That's correct.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Hi, I'm Samantha
And I'm Mike.
I'm Domingo.
with Economy Motors. Tax time is right around the corner, and we're here ready to help you with your transportation needs. We offer a wide variety of quality vehicles priced $12,995 and under with easy approval and easy terms. Bad credit, no worries. Your job is your credit at Economy Motors, 2305 South Broadway, where we've got your back.
Economy Motors! At Economy Motors, we got your back.
Credit King Auto Sales is getting better all the time. We're doing it better. We're doing it better all the time.
Credit King Auto Sales, the king of buy here, pay here. Bad credit, no problem. The King specializes in getting you in the ride you want no matter the credit score. Credit King doing it better all the time with the largest selection to choose from in all price ranges at one location. The King's Corner, 31st Street South and Broadway. Kansas' biggest buy here, pay here. GoCreditKing.com.
Real people, real life, going on location. Thanks to Mid-America Power Sports. And Go Pro 4. Now at Mid-America Power Sports, 333 Northwest Street, Wichita, Kansas, America.
Hammond Liquor, home of the coldest beer in town and lowest prices store-wide, wants to remind you of very important savings days. Wine Day, Tuesdays get 20% off. Beer Day, Wednesdays get 10% off microbrews and imports. Open till 8 p.m. every Sunday. Hammond Liquor, West Kellogg and Tyler Road.